everyone, this is again Jurgita with Magipan Crafts, and welcome to my stitchy month of August. And I've decided to start on the 1st of August with my George piece, George whip. If you're new or you haven't been on my channel for a while, you might forgot, but this giant picture is gonna be put together from 112 pieces, and my part is just gonna be corner of the sky. So that's a 5-year total project to do, and this is what I'm starting off, and I'm almost done with this row. This is 5th row, I believe. It's been a while. I haven't stitched for over a month on this, and each month I have to do by calculations, what was it, like 1.5 pages total to stitch to do in time in 5 years. So anyway, this is 18 count fabric, and I'm hoping by the end of the month to do more than this end. We'll see. So again, this is the beginning, and I don't know how many days total I'm gonna spend on this, but we're gonna see. It's just different colors mixed in, and nothing very interesting to see. There's no faces showing up, nothing. It's just like a grayish, bluish kind of mixed in colors. So that's where I'm starting. Well, today is late evening on the 3rd of August, and I just wanted to show you that I finished the full 5th row. So 50 pages are done in this work, and as you can see, the full width of it, and almost fully 5 more rows left, and it's not half point yet in time, so it's a little bit more than 2.5 years left. So next I'm gonna start on the bottom, the 6th row, but I figured since I already finished this, I'm gonna try to unroll it, take a picture of all those 50 pages. So meanwhile, I decided to grab a new project, and I'll show you in a second. And the new project, I just want to show you, there's some computer showing. So this is August dragon ornament that I'm doing, and that's what it's gonna look like, and I'm all prepared. So again, I'm continuing on the same 32 count antique white Lugana fabric over 2, and you can kind of see peaks of other dragons I've done previously. And just now I put all the thread colors that's gonna be needed. There's only like 2 blends left, so kind of separated them, but those are the colors gonna be for that dragon. And I'm gonna start tonight, put in the first few stitches, and gonna be continuing for I don't know how long, maybe full stitching done before a back stitch, so we'll see. So that's what is gonna be next project. So it's a late night on the 7th of August, and guess what, guys, I actually finished my August dragon. So backstitching, of course, took a while, but it was fun. This dragon looks like it should belong more to the February, like a love, you know, with the tail and stuff like that, but still exciting. It's all done, so I'll have to grab something else. So I opened it up, the whole fabric, to show you all of the dragons that I've done in this grouping. So we have August here, and June and July are sitting above. So I'm going like reading a book. I did not put any names on them. I might do that when I'm actually finishing them up. And the first ones were April and May. So those are all the dragons that you see here, and it's exciting. So I have to wait until September like 1st to start new one. I don't know what it's gonna look like, but I'm sure it's gonna be another one of the cuties. So that's done, and then I'm gonna start something else. And ta-da! This is what I'm gonna now continue with. It's a dragon. I'm not gonna go until I'm finished with it because it's gonna take a long time to finish. So I want to just put another dent in the dragon pillow, and I'll show you where I'm gonna be starting this month. And there it is. It's on my Q-snap, and as you can see, I have some framing already done for some of the scales, and just have to kind of fill in, and those white spots are just so individual ones. But this is right now what it looks like to start in August of a dragon. So that's what I'm gonna continue. So once I stop, I'll show you how much I've accomplished. Well, hello, I'm saying good morning on Thursday the 13th of August, and it's been quite a few days since I've been working on this dragon pillow, and happy to say that I did not want to set it down and start something new, but I want to also put a dent in something else. So reluctantly I'm putting this aside, and I'll show you how much I've done in those days. So as you can see, it's all like a filled in this area, a little bit white here, kind of was going this way, and then decided to start going on the wings. So it's a totally different color palette versus like a greenish sea color with the blue, and now it's all like in the purples and very dark blues also kind of fill in the dark spots. But you can see how much it's done. So it's not a lot, and it's not so little, and you can compare to what it looks like in the picture. So it's starting to shape up. Still quite a bit to go, but it's almost the end of the side too. So this is what the dragon looks like right now. And since it's 11 count fabric, it's very easy to stitch, even though it's stitching with the 4 threads. So I have to make sure that the threads lay more straighter, not twisted. But that's the only hardship for this. So from going from 11 count, I'll show you what I've picked next. And next is gonna be this by Blackberry Lane Designs, Mr. Baron Von Bat. It's a needle minder, and I'll show you where I'm starting. So starting at this point, so this is I believe it's 36 count fabric, linen. So since it's also a little bit darker, it's easier to stitch in the daytime or something that light shines well in the front and back. And as you can see, the top part is almost all done. So the whole left side here is all done. So that's only need to be finished is this area of the wing and eye. So after that, I'll have to start the back. And my goal is to finish this piece, both sides, this year until end of the year. So still a little bit of work to do, especially when you have to count all those loose loose stitches to get it all well done. And we'll see how it's gonna turn out. I'm not gonna fully finish it again because I'll need to figure out how to stitch it all together, how to do the stuffing and stuff like that. But that's what it looks like right now. And probably next you're gonna see what I've done with it. Well, good morning on the 16th, and I've decided I'm gonna put the stopping point for my bat in those 3 days that I worked in the past. It was just past the 1000 mark, so I'll show you what I've been working. So right now I stopped at the back side, so the front is all done. I already had moved my Q-snaps, and it was about 400 or so stitches in this, even though it was hard to believe. All those loose ones kind of filled it in. So as you can see, I already put in quite a dent in the back side, so main part of the body is almost done, and already kind of started making moves to the sides where the wingspan is gonna be. So it's, I know it's in the picture hard to see, but there's still quite a bit gonna be in the wings themselves. So I might come back in towards the end of the month to this, or I just leave it for September to work more. But I figured it's a Sunday, so I need to do one of my homework, parts of magical school, and for that I'll show you what I've picked. So I've picked my George project, and it needs to have like 1,000 stitches or 1,500 as well, not a punishment if you can't find something. But one of the things that I can use the George in this week's homework is something with the transportation. So this is the boat, so it will be perfect. And what you see is where I'm gonna start. So this is where the 50 pages end. So I'm gonna start on page 51. It's exciting. Another row is about to start, and again my piece is a corner. I worked a little bit in beginning of the month to finish off that area, and need to put in at least 1,000 stitches today before midnight. So I have my work cut out for me, and don't know if I'm gonna make it but at least I'll be putting dent in the George. So that's where I'm starting. And I'm saying good morning on the 18th, and as you can see, this is what I've stopped last night. So I've done more than a page already in the page 52, so kind of bluish color, more domineering in here. So decided to stop, and I'll show you what I've got planned for the next few days. And that's gonna be Spoiled Child. Its pattern is made by Adastra, and painter was Jean-Baptiste Grege. Not sure how to even pronounce it. It's French painter in 1760s. This painting is done, and colors, of course, not gonna be like a summery colors. I'm using a 10 count fabric, and I'm doing 2/1 full stitches. So this pattern is gonna be 450 by 514. It has 48 pure colors and 105 blends, and in total this work is gonna have 231,300 stitches. And right now, so far, I've done only almost 1%, 0.99%, which is 2,300. And the last time I touched it was, I think, in November 2019. I started in January and kind of put very slow. Once I got planned different pattern reader, then I moved it from a paper PDF pattern into that Saga, and then I started to fill it in. So that's where I'm starting at this point. You can kind of see the corner where I've started, and it was again already, you can see kind of blends in there. So that's where it is. Going across, I put also on the Almanic frame before I had in the Q-snap, but Almanic frame I sewed a little pocket for the rods for this, and just attached the fabric to it, and I think it's gonna work much better. And this is the width that you can see all the way to there, and this is what I'm starting. So we'll see how much I can do in the next few days or so. Just gonna be these dull colors. Once we get to the people, it's gonna be more fun things to stitch, but especially this area is gonna be very bland kind of looking things. So that's where I'm starting. And today is the morning of the 21st of August, and I worked for 3 days, and this is where I've got the stopping point. So my red markings is every 50 horizontal stitches. So as you can see, I'm past 100 to the side, and I'm going also like 5 down. So this is what the scenery looks like right now, and it's gonna take me a while until I finish the row because it seems like it's never ending. So it's gonna stop like here. So figured like if we do by thirds, so first third I might be reaching right now, and it's gonna be just the blobs again until I reach like this part, and it's gonna be more colorful. And I calculated in total I haven't touched this piece since last year's May, and in last year I worked like 1 hour a day or something like that. So by my calculations, total I worked 18 days, and it's 2.72% done out of the whole thing. And stitches wise, it's 6,302 stitches already put in. So what I'm using the program Saga, and there's a new feature where you can select specific area and lock in, and in that area you can choose colors like from the smallest amount to the biggest or opposite. So that's what I was doing. I was picking the color that has the least amount, like 1 or 2 stitches, and then I stitch in that area and then look at the next one, and the last color is left is the most color, and you just kind of fill in. And I'm again trying not to do the straight lines. So like for example, these stitches were done here because there's no more going in here, so there was no reason for me to leave loose thread or just cut off and then have just a couple threads stitches left in there. But as you can see, it's not very deep. Also, it's just practically the shelf, although it might not be a statue with little bowl. We'll see when it's filled in on the bottom. Again, I got these to collect all my threads, hanging threads from Hobby Lobby. And this is what I'm leaving this, because for the next few days I'm gonna grab something else that I can use for this week's magical school homework, and that is this piece, also again by the same designer of the patterns, and it's Lithuanian painters, one of the famous paintings, Tale of Kings, or that's loosely translated. So you can see the year it was painted, and it needs something that has like a sun or sun rays, and this is kind of fantastical world, like they holding world in their hands, and light is coming, it's like a big sun also shining. And this is my starting point, and again you can kind of see I was filling out the same way. And this dot is right here, so you can see like castle in the background, pole tips already be seen. It's a little bit different color, like a more greenish hues than what I printed on my page, but this is where I'm starting, and we'll see how it looks after a few days with this piece. And right now it's 25th of August, so I stitched for 4 days on this piece. And I don't know if I showed you before, but the painting is actually by designer was cut off. She had cut off the top part where just only like dark tree branches and some light shining through. So so it's going to be shorter than actual painting, so that's fine with me, because the main thing is starting like right here, all the scene. And total I've stitched on this piece for 9 days, and I have 10.6% done. Total stitch count should be 67,500. So right now I have 7160 stitches done, and I'll show you what it looks like right now. So previously it was like a what would you call it, 1/3 done of what I've stitched before. So I finished this and up to here. So this would be halfway point horizontally. So the whole piece is going to be up to like here. So 150 would be stitches wide is half of it. So if you can compare picture to the stitching, so the stitching has a little bit more greenish hues than what I printed on my paper, which is normal. And just worked on a bunch of homework parts and extra things. And the way I was doing, I was taking about like 3 blocks wide by 5 blocks down, and if I needed, I went a little bit in, and I had the area like saved, locked in, and I started with the smallest amounts. Again, like if there was only 1 stitch in the area, then I would do that. So the program's Cross Stitch Saga gives us this kind of feature where you can start from smallest amount to the biggest. So in the beginning, it always takes like, it seems like forever to just do 1 and then cut off the X thread and put it away, and then another, or like 2 threads. So towards the end, when it's like over 100 stitches in the area or 200, it goes super fast, and then last color you just fill in, which is the most color that it's in the area. So happy to see that scenery is taking place, and I couldn't get this to look like that until I put in the last stitches, and it's still scattered out. And it's fun to stitch. I did not want to put it down, but I figured I want to touch more pieces, so I'll show you what I've decided to grab now. Ta-da! And some of you might recognize that as 2017 Mystery Sampler by Linen and Threads. So each month it was given a separate like a little line block, like this was, I think, up to here, maybe January, and so on. So I've done so far only until May, and as you see, I started a little bit of June. It took me a while to manage to print out the June page. Somehow I just couldn't get it even on the computer or on the phone, so that's why it stayed unstitched. This year I haven't stitched on this piece yet, but now I'm hoping to continue, since I was able to pop open the pattern. So the June is going to be also small little piece, and I'm stitching this on 32 count cream linen 1/1. So it's a small thing compared to like my hand, you know, it's very small. That's the way I want it. I pick colors from like a 3 or 4. One of them is this variegated color. You can kind of see how it changes in here and there. So I kind of pick and go. And there's one purple and like a more burgundish kind of color. And maybe that's different than that one. I'll have to look. I can't remember. So anyway, I want to continue on my June. There's going to be like a little beast in there. And it's a free pattern online. There's quite few of free samplers by Linen and Threads, but I wanted to do this right now. We'll see. So far I'm liking it. Still quite a bit to go. I'm not even halfway point, and my goal for this year was finish June and also July. So we'll see how it goes. I want to at least finish June so far, because there's other pieces that I want to finish, and few of them even to start and finish. So anyway, I'm gonna go continue across, and this is variegated thread. As you can see, it kind of changes colors. So I'm doing this one stitch at a time with variegated, and like I said, it's over 1, so it's little working for me to do. So this is what it looks like now, and we'll see in a few days how it looks. Well, hello, staying in the morning, late morning on the 27th. So it's been a few days, and I worked with this piece by listening lots of Flosstube. videos, so I'm very excited. I actually put in over 3,000 stitches in here, so it's hard to tell because they're so tiny, over one. So as you can see, this band was for June, so I fully finished. I just had a little bit of those rolls, or like honeycombs maybe kind of thing in here. So I finished all of that, and all those bees sitting there, and I started July already. So these are like branches that are slightly lighter colors than this color, and then there's gonna be birds here, sort of, I don't know what kind, but maybe like eagles or something. I would imagine the July, you know, 4th of July, so maybe it has some connection with that. And there's gonna be acorns thrown in there too. And birds and acorns gonna have a different color. That's why I'm just going right now with the greenery. I got back loving this piece after finally getting June done. It was so exciting. I reached a half point, I passed it, and the only thing is that it's a small stitch, you know, on the linen, 32 count, so seems like you're stitching, and there's like a tiny piece, only, you know, inch is done at a time. So it's pretty dense in the leaves, as you can see in here. So I stitched that, and then I decided that today I'm gonna try something different to stitch. I'll set this aside, hopefully not for that long, you know, like I don't know when I stitched last year sometime on this piece, but hopefully not for that long. And I'll show you what I'm grabbing today. And it's this Heaven and Earth Designs, called What's This? And as a reminder, again, I'm stitching this as a gift for my son because he picked it. It's a restart. I've done this before on the smaller count. I think it was 28 count, half stitch over one. So it was fairly small, and it was on opalescent fabric. So we talked and we decided I'm gonna restart it, and I'm working this, I believe, on a 16 count, and this is what my starting point gonna be. So as you can see, by using Pattern Keeper, I'm able to progress much faster. So again, to start it off, I decided to go from the middle and then spread out. Last time I was doing left corner like I usually do, and it was only like this kind of stuff, so it was fairly boring to stitch. So this time I wanted the main character to see how it's gonna look, and I think it looks fantastic. There's a crying involved in this, and some part of the whiskers. As you can see, the crying is also here. And the way I had it marked, I used this tape is freezer tape, so it should not show any like a sticky residue in the back. Very easy to peel off. Maybe even better than painter's tape, not sure, but both of them should work well. And I'm gridding with pens for gridding that I got from AliExpress, and it's not water washable, but with the heat, about 72 or so degrees, and should be disappearing. So that's what I'm going, and this gridding really helps me to remember to find the correct spot. So I'm gonna probably continue slowly fill in because then I would have to unroll it, my fabric. And there's still gonna be to this side stitching done. Right now I'm just while I can, I'm gonna be working on the sky, because as you can see, there's gonna be a lot of the sky done. So like this area that I'm kind of closed off right now up to like here. So I'm gonna keep working, and we'll see how I manage to do in the next few days. So in a second you're gonna see the result. Well, it's already Sunday, August 30th, and it's one of my kids' birthdays. We're gonna have very small family party to celebrate, and with the friends he's gonna have to do way later when it's available places to go safely. So anyway, I stitched on this for 3 days, and I'm very happy to say that I did a good dent. And actually one of those days I did my maximum, like a record that I've ever done in like 4 years that I've been stitching like every day. So I'm gonna show you what it looks like right now. So as you can see, all of this up to where it's marked, all of that is fully stitched and already started going in here. So the way I'm doing, it's really helping me out where I take the area and then it shows if you have like 1 or 2 stitches of that color. So kind of went a little bit further in for this work. So I even moved my marker here. So I spread out a little bit more when I had a few stitches here and there, since I already had the thread on the needle. And then I was filling up, so then I can watch something on YouTube and then just go like 200 or 300 of the last color, just filling in big spots. So this is very exciting. It's the whole area here is fully done, and I'm gonna probably gonna continue going in here, because as you can see it's still quite a bit. So I'm like up to like here. And then somewhere there's gonna be the tip of his, what do you call, mane. And then I can decide, maybe I'll even cut off a few lines up on the top. I'm not sure yet, but I might just keep it. So anyway, this is what I've done in 3 days, and it was fun, a relaxing kind of way to do while watching something. But since I have 2 more days to end this month, I decided to pull out my George again. And this is again as a reminder, George, so I know I've done more than my monthly amount needed, and I would imagine later soon I should be starting to hit more bluish colors. As you can see, it was a lot of those darker ones should be, and this is what I'm gonna be starting right now. So again, this is a 6th row already, and my monthly quote should be, if I want to do exactly month by month, it's over 3,600 stitches. So I'm already over 50%, but I want to use this frame later on for my bigger pieces like chatelaine, and I'm too lazy to just leave this alone and work on chatelaine. So I'm just gonna keep going for next few days, and I can use this for the last part of this week's homework, which is ending tomorrow. And we'll see how it no, actually it ends today. Today is Sunday, so we'll see how much I can do, knock down more of this blob, and we'll see what it looks like in a few days. And ta-da, today is September 1st, so last night I stopped. I finished 52nd page and pretty much done a whole extra column on this, so I'm very happy. So it's way more than I expected this month, so you can see still how much it will be left, but this is it. And now let's look at overall what happened in the month of August. So these are all the projects that I've worked on. As you can see, it's not many, but it had a good dent in them. So in the month of August, what happened overall? It's the first day of school back for all my 3 kids at the different times. They all doing remote learning, all from home. We had our house washed on the outside. We have a big 2-story house, so we had professionals come in and do it, and it took them less than 3 hours. They use some kind of chemicals, and it's not a high pressure power wash. You can, guy said you can stick your hand underneath the water and it would be fine, but it's sparkly clean. So it needed to be washed. We're very happy. It's better than to do it ourselves. And next will be indoor scrubbing. So let's see what else. Recently we had one of my kids' birthday, and it was just immediate family, so nothing special. It took a long time for a takeout to happen because lines in the takeout restaurants are very long. What else? I used this month my Amur metal floor stand that is like a Omanic monster stand, the metal one. I'll have hopefully in September review of that stand. And I ordered just a few things in the month of August. Few things are gonna come hopefully in September from Russia, couple kids. And overall I've just done some threads and fabric, plain 16-count fabric. So that was all the purchases I've done. I'm already planning for, I've planned for September. And for those who love statistics, I'm gonna tell you a couple numbers. But those who don't, it's gonna be quick and hopefully painless, just like a pulling out a tooth. So I was very surprised in the month of August how much I managed to stitch, even though I was watching dorama shows constantly and the rain started pouring down. So for George, I've went from 51% to 55.3, so I've done over 8,000 stitches. And as I said, my monthly minimum quota is about the 30, just over 35. So I've done more than 2 months worth, and I'm very happy. I did way more, and I'm hoping to do again more than that. It's going into September stitching. I've finished my, that was only one finish, my, let's see, what was that, August, the little dragon. So I finished 2 George pages and 1 dragon page. And others, linen and thread, I finally pulled out, first time this year, and I finished June line and started July. I'm hoping to keep this maybe like put in 100 stitches maybe once a day or once a 2 days. I've done, again, this bat is gonna be pulled out again in September, and it's one of my works that's gonna be in finishes this year. I did a big chunk in my lion because it's a gift, and in that one I've done over 5,000 stitches, but it's because it's not a lot of colors involved in the sky, and 2 bland brownish colors were my spoiled child, and it's gonna be taking a while till I reach the end of the row because it's pretty big, and King's Fairy Tale is also those bland dark colors. So I'm very happy. As you can see, I've stitched on 4 big projects. It was George, Spoiled Child, What's This, and King's Fairy Tale. So those, plus I had what else? I think I've mentioned, oh, and the dragon pillow. So I started already on the wing and put a big chunk. So overall, how much I stitch is 33,244 stitches. So that's huge amount for me. Like I said, I've been watching a lot of shows and got quite a few sleepless nights. Once I get into stitching, I just couldn't stop. So for my plans, I'm again planning to do at least 8 projects plus a mystery sampler, like a kind of like a daily, and I might add one more which might be the spoiled child. We'll see how much it goes, but a few of them is going to be going month to month, and I already am thinking about the next year. I haven't decided if I want to continue to magical school or not. Today it was announced that the theme is going to be Percy Jackson. I've watched movies, I've read books and listened books, so I just wanted to decide if I want to really participate or want to play like I've been planning to with the different types of games to work on these and other projects, because I'm planning to start more projects. Right now I'm just trying to put the big chunks and the big ones. So don't know. We'll see what the September brings. It's gonna be like a fall, and we'll see what the weather is gonna tell me to stitch, because when it's dark outside I don't like to stitch on very dark colors for long. So we'll see. So I need something more cheerful, and we'll see what I can make in the month of August. I know at least one whip is gonna be done, which is like another dragon. I just got all the thread list and the pattern for non-back stitch only, just plain stitches, half and a quarter and full stitches. So I'm gonna be ready to do that, and you'll see that in my next video. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed sticking with me going through this journey in August. And leave a comment below if you loved one of these works the most, or something you'd like to see coming back again, or like which ones of those big projects you'd like to see putting more chunk in it. So don't forget to click like, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.